My sister shamed my SIL's life-saving C-section. I spoke up, and now my mom wants me to apologize. I was at my mom's place for dinner. My brother, my sister-in-law, and I were in the living room while my mom cooked. Things between us aren't warm. My sister is strict about natural only. She says pills are poison, and doctors just scare people. My sister-in-law had just come home after a long hospital stay. She went into labor early. The doctors said an emergency C-section was the way to keep her and the baby safe. She was pale and tired, but she tried to smile and said it was hard to bounce back and do night feedings. Then my sister leaned forward and said, had to take the easier route, and she's still complaining, and laughed. My sister-in-law blinked. What do you mean? My sister started a speech about how she had tried to help all through the pregnancy, how herbs and rest would have fixed it, how doctors love to cut, how a C-section is a shortcut. My sister-in-law said the doctors explained the risks and she followed their advice. My sister talked over her. She said the baby would have come just fine if my sister-in-law had listened. I told my sister to stop. She waved me off and kept going, louder, like my sister-in-law wasn't sitting right there. My sister-in-law's voice shook. She said she almost lost her baby. My sister rolled her eyes. Tears started running down my sister-in-law's face. I felt my jaw lock. I turned to her and said, are you going to trust the doctors who saved you, or one loud person who didn't even finish high school? My sister exploded. She stood, pointed at me, and yelled that I was cruel. I didn't yell back. I just said, get a job, again and again. She got red and started throwing names. My brother stood up fast. My sister-in-law covered her face and slid toward the hallway. My brother walked her out. My mom rushed in from the kitchen, looked at my sister crying and me standing there, and told me to leave, so I left. That night my brother called and told me to keep out of women's business. He said I made it worse. My dad texted that I was a disgrace. My mom texted that my sister was harsh, but I went too far, and I should fix it. My sister-in-law sent a careful text. She said she was sorry she caused it, and thanked me for speaking up. She said I didn't have to do that. I told her she didn't cause anything, and that I was here for her, and for my nephew. We kept texting. I asked how my sister treated her. She told me more than my brother ever did. When she was pregnant the first time, my sister moved into their place to help. She set rules about food, naps, and what she could read. That pregnancy went bad. It was ectopic. She had emergency surgery. My sister and my brother called it the same as an abortion. They blamed her for giving up. I told her an ectopic pregnancy can't work, and surgery keeps the mom alive. I told her she didn't fail. The baby was not viable. She sent back a crying face and a thank you. She said no one explained it that way. I said I'd help where I could and to call if she needed a ride or a grocery run. A few days later, my phone lit up again. My brother had found our messages or heard about them. He said I was trying to steal his wife. He told my family I was in love with her and twisting her against him. People believed him. My dad sent a long lecture about envy. My mom called and asked why I would betray my brother. I stared at the wall. I've been open about who I am for years. I've been with a man for 3 years. My brother has said I shouldn't be around his family because of my unnatural life. Now he said I wanted his wife. It didn't even make sense, and still they bought it. I asked my sister-in-law if I had made her uncomfortable. She said no. She said she just felt seen for the first time in a long time. I didn't sleep that night. I put my phone face down and paced. I thought about my mom, the one I still tried for. In the morning, I drove over. My mom dried her hands on a towel and said she didn't want drama. I said I wanted 5 minutes. I showed her the messages from my brother and the ones from my sister-in-law. I said the hospital would match the dates. I told her about my partner and how my brother keeps me away from his home. I said I wouldn't stand by while my sister shamed life-saving care, or while my brother lied about me to keep control. She stared at the screen. Her jaw was tight. I said this was not about a scene. It was about truth. Then I gave her my choice. I said, I won't apologize for telling the truth, and I won't let them hurt her in front of me again. If you believe I'm trying to take his wife, say it now. If you don't, tell him to stop. We stood there in the kitchen. My phone buzzed. It was the family group chat lighting up. I picked it up and typed, stop lying about me. Stop shaming her for medical care. Don't call me until you can speak with respect. I hit send. Now my mom is saying I should apologize to keep the peace. Was I wrong?